Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are here today, and I so appreciate you coming to watch my videos. While I have your attention, I just want to remind you to subscribe to this channel so that you never miss any of my wig related content. So I'm going to bring you a wig review today for Shirley's Wig Shop. I just want to remind you about Shirley's Wig Shop. Shirley has a really great private Facebook group. It's called Shirley's Wig Shop. Hair's looking at you, kid. Come on over and join the group. It's super supportive and a super fun group. So we are going to take a look at a brand new style by Wille today. This is Sleek, and the color on this one is Sandy Blonde Rooted. Okay, let's start taking a look at Sleek. So as you can see, very sleek, very straight, long, middle part, with an extended lace front. So Sleek is a good name, very straight, very sleek. For me, for my generation, kind of giving me a bit, in this color in particular, giving me a bit of a Marsha Brady vibe. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not saying that because that's a bad thing. I think it's kind of cool. I used to always want to wear my hair just like Marsha Brady. So if you had that dream when you were younger, this is a good wig for you. So this wig actually reminds me of the Drive wig, but it's just longer. So that would be my, my main description is it's Drive with more length on it. So, but you've got long layers here, you know, everything's almost one length. So long layers here in the front. So you're getting a lot of face hugging. It's going to need some work with, you know, some heat to get it away from your face, and probably some product to help the fibers cling more to each other so that they're not clinging so much to your face. There's a lot of flyaways, and I have almost no humidity right now in the air, and it's kind of clinging to my neck, you know, because of that. So just know that, you know, these are the little issues that I'm seeing with it, but, you know, it's not a total deal breaker or anything, but it's just the nature of the cut of the wig, the fact that it has a middle part, you know, things like that are contributing to that. But I think it's a really, really pretty style, and it looks really pretty in this Sandy Blonde Rooted. This is one of my favorite blondes by Wille, so really, really pretty. This is a new addition to the Hair Power collection. So, you know, really pretty, but just know if you like Drive and you want a longer version, this is what it reminds me of. So, okay, so this one has a middle part that's going all the way back to the crown. So I really like that. Very natural, you know, middle part. It was a little hard to open, but not super, super tight. I was able, you know, I did manage to get it opened fairly easily. It's just kind of a narrow part. So, you know, you can always pluck that out a little more if you want a little more part there. And then the extended lace front is going to go from here to here, which is very nice. I'll show you the knots up close. There's a little extra lace on this one that could be trimmed back, or you could just leave it. Either way, just depending on your preference. It really doesn't show unless you're right up here, you know, in the camera. So, so if someone's right up there on your face, it might show, but otherwise it probably isn't going to show that much. And the hair does tend to hang over it. So, okay, I'll show you the ear tabs. And then I want to talk about the fit along with showing you the ear tabs. So I'm going to pull it back really quickly so I can really focus on talking about the ear tabs here. Putting kind of a big clip in it for what I need, but okay, so now you can see the ear tabs really nicely. One thing I noticed about this is it is short ear to ear. Drive actually tends to fit a little bit big on me. This one, sorry, there's a flyaway. This one is fitting, I'm just gonna pull it out. Okay, that's better. I think that was one of those hairs that just needed to go. But anyway, so it's kind of short on me. Like there's a space right here. I don't know how much you can tell of that. There's a space here. There's a space on both sides. And so when I put it on, I was like, wow, this feels short ear to ear. It reminds me of the way Miley Small Mono fit me, but this one is not labeled as small mono. It's just labeled as mono. So for those of you, the reason I want to mention it is because when we're talking about fit, for those of you that have a lot of bio hair right here, like say maybe your hair loss is more up on the top, but you've got, you know, your sideburns and all that, there's not a lot of coverage there for you. Because I'm 11 ear to ear, and this I measured it, it's 10 inches from ear to ear. So it's fitting very much, you know, very petite from ear to ear, but then forehead to nape, there's definitely some extra room. So I would still say it's petite average. I think there's enough stretch. The rest of the cap is open wefted. But, you know, like I said, just understand if you have a lot of hair here, I don't have hair, unfortunately, there for me to show you. There's a tiny, tiny bit of hair. I don't think it's even showing though. I don't know if maybe this little bit up here, if I get really close, it might show. I just don't grow a lot of hair around my face anymore. I don't have that hairline anymore. But if you still have that hairline, I mean, that hair, my hairline should be like out to here, you know? You may have trouble getting coverage there. So I just want to make you aware of that. So anyway, but other than that, you know, the cap is fitting nicely. If you're petite, I think you'll find that it fits just fine. But I would say this one is going to go up to maybe 22 inches. Beyond that, I think it is probably going to run too small, but I could be wrong. So if anybody has tried it, I know it just came out, but you know, it has been out for a week or two. So if anybody has had the opportunity to try it and you're over 22 inches, please share in the comments what your experience is with the fit. That would be really, really helpful. Okay, so the measurements are 15.5 inches here in the front. I have to stand back so you can even see the measurements. 17 inches from the crown, 13.5-inch sides with a 10.5-inch nape. And the weight is 5.1 ounces. So I'll just go ahead and pop it off and show you the inside of the cap. So I do want to show you this part, how it goes all the way back, you know, to the crown, which looks really, really nice. But it's a skinny middle part, so you're not gonna have a lot of room in there to play around with the part. But it is nice that it goes clear to the crown because that just makes it look so much more realistic. So there's that middle mono part, you know, like I said, it's not very wide. Closed material here. I'm not feeling any permatease anywhere in the wig. Here's the extended true temple to temple and maybe slightly beyond lace front. So that's going to give you a very natural hairline across there. Soft ear tabs with metal stays. Open wefting all through the cap, extended nape with Velcro adjusters, and Ellen Villa always has a bunch of tags. I usually take the tags out of Ellen Villa wigs because I'm afraid they're going to hang down or they're going to show. So you can remove those tags if you need to, but not if you're going to return the wig, just remember that. Plenty of stretch in the cap part, and there's stretch in the circumference, but just remember that it is short from ear to ear. I just want to stress that so that you understand, you know, when we're talking about fit. And as I said, these are their high heat, heat-friendly fibers. Okay, let's talk about this color. So this is the Sandy Blonde Rooted, which number code for this one is 162220. So on the Ellen Villa codes, if the very first number is going to be the color that's predominant through the wig, and then the other ones are additional colors that are in the wig. And this one, they did not give a root color, but it is kind of a medium brown root. So, so the description that they give is a medium blonde, a light neutral blonde, and a light strawberry blonde blend with shaded roots. There's definitely dimension in the color, as you can see. Even though they consider it to be a blend, I can kind of see that light neutral blonde, you know, looking more like a highlight, or it's just picking up the light, one of the two. It's always hard to tell, but, and then here's your shaded root. So that root, you could see when I showed you the ear tabs earlier. So when you pull the wig back, you know, you'll see the root. You'll see it anywhere you separate the hair for styling, and you'll see it under here, on the nape as well. So, you know, definitely a rooted all over blonde. The interesting thing is in the mirror, when I put it on, it looks a little tipped on the end, but they don't call it tipped. But do you guys see that lighter color at the very tips? They don't call this one a tipped color, but it just kind of looked tipped to me. It's probably just, you know, these fibers and the cut and everything, but here we are in window light. So So you can see that, you know, there's still some dimension. You can see the blend of those blondes. There's the shaded root. Okay, so I'm under my patio cover, getting a glare off my neighbor's roof, so I don't want that to affect the color here. You can see out here the rooting is lighter than how it looks inside. I would say it's like a medium brown. I'll walk into the sun. Okay, so heat-friendly fibers with this much length. Keep your wide tooth comb handy so that you can, you know, keep them combed out so that they're not clumping. This one is, you know, it's just tangling a little bit, just rubbing up against my top, you know, and going inside and outside and all that. So, okay, so you can tuck this one behind the ears. I'm gonna put it back behind my back here. And with these short ear tabs, glasses should be no problem. So, yeah, no problem. It's a low density, you know, like a natural density, but there's a lot of hair. There's some weight to the hair too. So just be aware. What did we say? 5 ounces. So it's not super heavy, but you know, just as far as putting it back and getting it away from your face and stuff like that, you'll be able to feel the fact that all the hair is one length and all that. So, but it looks pretty, you know, half up, half down. All the hair will stay back in that since the front layer is 15.5. Yeah. 15.5. So plenty of hair also for, you know, a ponytail. There's an extended nape, but make sure you either tuck those tags in or cut them out. So, because you don't want to be wearing your hair in a ponytail with a tag hanging out. But I do love that it has an extended nape. So, but really, really nice. So another thing that you can do, if you're not a huge fan of the middle part, with this extended lace front, you know, you can take it more over to the side. Now I have worked on this to get it to part in the middle. So, you know, the fibers are going to want to do that, but you know, you can take it over from one side to the other. You're going to have to use some heat to, you know, to get that to stay back so that it's not in your face, but that is something that you could do. You could also do that and, you know, pull the top back. This would definitely be a style for me. Initially, I would have to just wear it back because it's just in my face all the time, you know, because the fibers aren't trained yet. So, and remember, you can also add curl to this. So if the straight thing is just too much, where it's just in your face too much and all that, you know, curl the hair back away from your face and just make it into a, you know, a wavier style, because that might be a solution as well. Because it's definitely, you know, face hugging, you know. So, but I think with some training, with some heat, and then clipping this back overnight or something like that, you know, I think eventually you can get this to get away from your face. Just remember, this is straight out of the box, which is why there's no product in it. It's all full of static electricity. So that's why I'm having a lot of trouble with flyaways and it being really, really close to the face. But I do think it's a very, very pretty style. You know, like I said, if you wanted a longer version of Drive, this is your girl. So thank you to Shirley's Wig Shop for sending this wig to review for you all. There'll be purchase information in the description box down below the video. I thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. And until next time, don't forget, you're absolutely beautiful. Bye-bye.